Hello, all my children on YouTube. Tekken Dad is here again. Hopefully you're not too bored of me yet, because I have another video. Yay! That's what I hope you did. I hope that was your legitimate reaction. You wouldn't fake it for me, would you? But we're gonna talk about a new roundtable conversation. Japanese FGC developers. So I'm just gonna read this quickly. Sega announced that a third Japan fighting game publishers roundtable will be happening on March 21st. So that's actually in just a few days, right? It's on Monday, and for me, it's gonna be 7 in the morning. Luckily, I go up very early in the morning. I'll have my coffee ready, and I'll be re-streaming this if anyone wants to check my reaction. That's Central European time, by the way, my time. Sweden, Europe, 7 in the morning. So that's in the middle of the night if you're in New York. It's 1 a.m. Participants include Capcom, Arc System Works, SNK, Sega, Arika, I don't know who they are, and Bandai Namco. So again, this is the third one, and I just would like to point out that it was on one of these that Season 4 was revealed, and it was on one of these we got the 3-second teaser of Lydia, of her stepping out of a car, and we didn't even get to see her face. So, this is where some people go, Tekken 8 announcement, Tekken 8 teaser, you know, reveal trailer, whatever. I'm not gonna hope for something that majestic, because the logical part of my brain says like, they'll probably wait until E3 in June, or maybe like Evo in August, right? But it has to be mentioned that the Street Fighter 6 reveal trailer came out in conjunction with what I believe was Capcom Pro Tour, or Capcom their tour. So Capcom, I mean Street Fighter 6 is a pretty big deal. They did not wait for a huge Mamba Jamba event, you know, like E3. They did it on their own tour. So, I mean, still, it's probably too big of a thing to do on one of their sit-downs. Like, oh, here's the Tekken 8 reveal trailer, and Jin and Kazuya going at it. Probably not, but hopefully they give us something, some information, because it's been a very long time now without having heard a thing. And Season 4 is now quite old, and Tekken 7 is really, really old. It's hard to believe it actually dropped all the way back in 2017. It's been 5 years. And this is for as long as we played Tag 2. Those of us, you know, played Tekken back then. And my God, 5 years of Tag 2, it felt like 100 years. But so, again, I will be re-streaming this. I'm very much looking forward to it. It could be Harada simply talking for 5 minutes with nothing interesting to say, nothing cool to show. Basically him just saying, oh, we're working to implement better rollback netcode in future titles. We're also looking to see how AI can be improved. You know, stuff we've heard him say before where it's not too interesting. So yeah, could be a whole lot of nothing, or it could be something absolutely amazing. But so again, I'll be re-streaming, so if you want to watch it with me, do make a little note in your calendar of that. I hope you have one. These are great. I can't recommend them enough. Okay, maybe you use the calendar on your phone. I'm 37. I sent my first text message a week ago. Pen and paper, motherfuckers. But another thing I'm interested in is SNK. Because King of Fighters 15 dropped, what is it, like a month ago, I think? And I hear the game is doing really well. I'm not going to play it because Geese is a DLC character, and I don't like the way Geese looks. And overall, and again, this is coming from a Tekken player, but I find the game to be a little too anime looking. Most characters look like 13-year-old K-pop stars. Ah, yeah, and I'm just like, It's just not my thing. I'll stick to Armor King, Brian, you know, Heihachi. I don't know. I feel like Tekken became huge for a reason, and it's because the characters are quite charismatic, they have good looks, and there's something for everyone. And I used to love King of Fighters cast, but King of Fighters 15, every trailer I watch, I'm just like, this doesn't look appealing. And if Geese Howard was a release character, I probably would play the game. But anyway, I hope SNK discloses future plans for King of Fighters 15 and how the game is doing. Because, yeah, people tell me it was a big hit, but checking Steam charts, I think it's right now on like 2,000 concurrent players, 2,500. Has it already gone below Tekken 7? Has that already happened? I believe it already has. But yeah, if they give some idea on how the sales are going, would be awesome news to hear, oh, King of Fighters 15 is our biggest hit in a long time. I mean, that would be complete from complete left field, because I was expecting this to not do a Virtua Fighter and become a roadkill on arrival. I mean, Virtua Fighter died immediately before it had a chance to breathe. Before it's like being Frankenstein's monster, being awoken from a permanent coma and death. Before you even take your first breath, your heart explodes. That was Virtua Fighter, literally dead on arrival. If you check Twitch now, I think it has like one guy streaming it, and he has one viewer. He's streaming it to himself. He's watching on his phone. That happened to Virtua Fighter. And prior to the release, and it's Sega who announced this, Virtua Fighter. And prior to, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to hear what they have to say. And it's like, you know, do you remember how they hyped it prior to release, the Virtua Fighter 5 re-release? Prior to doing that, they showed trailers where, you know, plenty of people in conference halls, you know, big tournaments like Virtua Fighter esports. Oh, yeah, come on, I'll take you on, Johnny. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. If maybe they can get the 2 remaining players to duke it out at some event, but it's honestly astounding how dead that game is immediately. And Sega's going to be there, so I wonder if we're gonna touch on that. But SNK, looking forward to hearing how is King of Fighters 15 performing, and are they gonna give it like multiple seasons? Multiple battle passes, you know, more characters, etc, etc. So that's exciting. And Capcom might talk some more Street Fighter 6. Arc System Works are probably gonna give us updates on Strive, I'm guessing. And they're making the DNF as well, aren't they? Something like that. I hear Strive is losing players quite quickly. Yeah, I don't know. The thing here I'm the most interested in, it might have to be pointed out, it's the Bandai Namco when they talk. So again, I'll be restreaming. I wouldn't get my hopes up for a Tekken 8 reveal. Oh, and by the way, it hopefully doesn't have to be mentioned. We're not gonna reveal a Season 5. Tekken 7 is over and done with. It's not going to get even an additional balance patch. What we have now is what stays. Like, this is the final Tekken 7. So don't get your hopes up for a Season 5. Tekken 8 reveal trailer would be amazing, but it feels very far-fetched. But hopefully some interesting information, because it's been so long since we've heard something. Yeah, certainly I hold all of my fingers and toes crossed that we get something interesting. But that's what I wanted to talk about with this. So again, I hope to see you on the stream, and thanks for listening to me. Take care, everyone.